Guys, it's me, and we're here for the final King of Games tournament of Duel Monsters. What's up? My voice sounds a little weird. Anyway, we have, let's see how many. We have 38 duelists in this tournament, so don't blame me if I don't go through every single story of them. But as you can see, you know it's Dark Side of Dimensions, so Aigami must be here. However, I've changed up the story quite a bit from the movie. The legendary movie that continued Duel Monsters. So this is Aigami. Yes, he is the brother of Lee Goh. Lee Goh has very deep ties with him and Shadi, and how they grew up. They grew up, of course, poor, and Shadi took them in, saved them from that scumbag from the movie, and yeah, ever since then they were inseparable, except until a few years ago when a big event happened that they never talk about. But it was obviously a catastrophic event that I won't get into right now. We'll have to the story of this will go into GX, but it won't be as prevalent. GX will be a completely different story, but this will continue into GX. So here's Aigami. There's not much else to say. He uses the broken cubic deck. He uses the broken cubic deck. So, Aigami, and here is Odeon. So, yes, he is still the brother of Merrick here in this lore. However, he, like Merrick, grew up an orphan. Merrick was not basically royalty in Egypt like he was in the anime. So obviously you're probably wondering if Odeon's here. Is Shizu here? Yes, she is here. You're probably also wondering, is Merrick or Bakura here? No, because they had their souls captured by the one Aigami works for, which you well know by now, the main villain, Shadi. And in order to release them, the heroes must win. So they've been captured. There's someone at stake. And actually it makes sense because Bakura was the one that was captured in the movie and they had to release him. So anyway, Odeon is here basically. He basically sides with Shadi's ideals, unlike Merrick and Bakura. So he'll be joining Aigami. He's like Aigami's henchman, basically, right now, instead of Merrick's. Shizu, same thing. She's actually quite mean in this version. In our version, she's quite mean, guys. Even though she looks real nice there. So there's a Shizu. Cecilia Pegasus. So after seeing her son's defeat, she felt like she needed to get into the battle, in the duel, and so did Pegasus. They both felt the same way. And I don't blame them. Their son is hot garbage last time. He was hot garbage. Next, Kaiba X. After so many failed attempts. Oh, I know. Is there 39 duelists? Wait. Yeah, I think there's 39 duelists. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, there's 39 duelists. Okay, my fault. Anyway, Kaiba X. So, glad he has his company back. Glad Darts is gone. Glad, the Von Schroeders were defeated. And very glad about Virtual World. Very glad about Capsule World ending in a good note. But now, he must finally prove himself that he is truly the king of games and not just some random emo boy. You go, Seto Kaiba. Joey Wheeler. Joey, after not being in several tournaments, mainly because of the character overload, the roster overload, Joey is back, and he's ready to bust some chin, Joe. I love how Joey doesn't really have a plot in here, he's just here. Same thing for Taya, she just, other than being, the seal controlling her, she's back to normal now, as you can see, she looks good. She's just enjoying the Egypt life, the Egypt trip, like she did in the show. Boss Keith. So, Boss Keith, I'm glad he's back. Here to reclaim his his KOG title. He thinks he can do it with the help of his bones. With the help of bones, I think taking off his franchisee role from Burger World, I think they'll be okay. They use pretty much all their savings to get to Egypt, and even then they have to lie, cheat, and steal just to make their way all the way to where they need to be in Egypt, the Valley of the Kings. So yeah, they're there. Vincent, I bet you didn't think you'd see this guy so soon again. So he may have escaped from Capsule World only because the heroes felt bad for him. But he's on the run from authorities for past various crimes he's committed. Oh, great. Goes the only place he knows for help. Keith's Burger World. So he's with Keith and Bones now in Egypt. That he was old college buddies with Keith. Okay. Sky. Proud that Justice is champ at the moment. They go on a date before coming to Egypt. Oh, isn't that nice? That's so sweet. Angelica. Happy but jealous of Justice. What? Jealous of her own brother? The dark spirit is pleased with his victory, though. Although she met a new friend at Hot Topic. Lol. We'll find out that is soon. Migu. Happy that her cousins are and were king and queen of games back to back. Tries to comfort Lee because he is going through a lot right now. Well, you know, when you're having to deal with basically a family dispute, which is what this tournament essentially is, it's pretty tough on Lee Goh. I understand. Yami Justice really wants to return home to his time. He has been here too long in this mortal coil, but is willing to test his skills one more time. Only needs the puzzle to go home. So he doesn't need all the items. All the items thing isn't a thing in this lore. You just need the puzzle. He already has it. We have to see the results now. I love I still has the turtle too. Alright, and where are you? Queen Victoria. Proud of her kids. Very suspicious of Angelica at this point, because you can clearly see the dark spirit emanating around her. Justice. After the... I'm sorry. Sorry, no, I can't say this yet until the end. That's right, I put that in the wrong spot. But he wants to prove he is better than Yami Justice. That's essentially what he does. And he is technically right now, he's the champ. Yami Justice won a tournament, but it was not a KOG tournament. New character from Mitchell Slaughter. Where did I put you? Lila Moon. No relation to Lenny Moon from long ago, a champion from long ago. A Neptunian like Melvin. Landed on Earth shortly after the wedding. Melvin was trying to intercept her ship upon entry during Capsule Monsters. Her dual spirit is Fairy Tale Luna. She's a Zatch Bell character, right? Zatch Bell? It has to be. I like it, Mitchell. I like this character. I like that she's connected with Melvin like that. Alice, able to adapt her deck due to Alicia's appearance suddenly, so now she gets to use what she really wants to use. Melvin, same thing as Lila Moon. Chiaki, is this finally your time of destiny, Chiaki? I don't know. It could be. I don't know. With that deck, it's gonna be tough. Michael Uriel, William Uriel, and Meredith Uriel. These three are here because essentially Mitchell wanted them in. I didn't know exactly what to tell him in the story. I guess they are investigating all the mysterious things that would be happening here, such as I don't want to get into it yet to the last character, but Shadi's up to some very, very terrible shenanigans here. They could top even what Darts was doing. So, yeah. Paul. Oh, and by the way, William Uriel is currently running for U.S. president. That's what Mitchell wanted me to say. Paul. Mixed on Justice's plans to merge the two realms. Oh yeah, that is Justice's plan to merge the two realms. He wants to merge the spirit world and the regular world. That is the one thing I missed in there. So I'm glad I put this in. He's worried about all the dangerous spirits that could be unleashed. In the meantime, the main villain must be stopped, which is Shadi. Sandra wrote a very scathing article about Alexander and Vincent, making sure they'll pay for their actions. Well, Vincent's here, so you can make him pay up close and personal. She saw Helena mumbling to herself and thought the dual spirit story could have some merit. Helena had a fight with her mom after the Capsule World escape, frustrated with her mother's coddling, now keeping her distance from her, wonders what a normal life would have been like. Dude, Helena, you are so good. Just relax. You are such a good duelist. Nothing else to worry about in this world. As long as you're a good duelist, you're basically set for life in Yu-Gi-Oh world. Taking care of her howling insect made her remember when Helena was young. Of course, she can't keep it because she left Capsule World. Helena's father was an advisor to the royal family, so he was always busy. So she had to basically take care of herself. Alexandra ponders these thoughts. I feel bad for her, kind of. She's still coddling mom. Lee Goh, basically the main character, other than Yami Justice of this plot. Been using his Millennium Necklace to plan as much as he can, knowing this is his last shot to get his father back. Surprised by an old friend's appearance in his visions, managed to plan for him as well. Now his friend's not necessarily evil, but he's misguided. Kind of like the anime. I mean, the movie's kind of misguided. He's less evil than he was in the anime in the movie. And now the one he saw in his visions is of course, his younger brother, Agami. They've been through a lot since childhood. They've been through poverty, starvation, and now they must duel each other, perhaps. He can't have a single mirror force get in his way like so many times before. Yeah, Lee Goh's been really damaged by mirror force. So, no mirror forces. I'm crossing my fingers, Lee Goh. New character from Lego Man. Dante. A student at American Academy. About to enter his second year. But isn't it a little early to begin into the GX plotline? But he runs away from the school, stealing the principal's rarest card. Been hearing sinister voices recently from his cards. Oh crap. They tell him to burn things. I sound like Lex Luthor there. Burn. Met Angelica at Hot Topic, and they somehow get along over their taste of dark and dreary clothing. He follows her to help out in the cause for reasons. Cool. So that's her Hot Topic buddy, is it? Prue, aka Dark Magician Girl. Now, in this lore, Dark Magician Girl is pure evil. She basically is a top level influencer on social media, and she has everyone who comes in contact with looking at her becomes obsessed with her. She has like this aura where she can, she's a dual spirit, so she can control people's minds, and she uses it for evil. She is basically the main villain if Shadi is the main villain for Lee Goh, Prue is basically the main villain for Casey and Lexi and the Kawais. She is essentially the main villain for this, for that plot line. So she needs to be stopped. She's very dangerous. Casey / Sarugi. Sarugi, her dual spirit, decides to take over for her. She does not want her to get hurt in this situation. This is a very important situation, and we can't let Casey get hurt as one of the main characters. Miss Chelsea decides to side with Prue because she likes that they can, even if she's not in full control, she's not the full boss, she can still be the micromanager, which she loves. Shelby. We're getting into a bunch of new characters from Serenity Spider-Monkey. Shelby, age 23, a petty thief. She hates TK and Jamie for stopping a heist of hers. So, it's a her? Okay. Well, I hope I didn't read that wrong. I hope I didn't type that wrong. So you tell me, Serenity Spider-Monkey. Joins up with Miss Chelsea for revenge. People pity her for being mad at the game. I couldn't have said her that many times. It was definitely her. Resorts to kidnapping until she wins. Yep. Sounds like similar to the clock guy from season 0. Similar story. Baron Sullivan Blanton. Oh. Creepy, socially detached old man with a love of dolls. I wonder who this is referencing from season 0. Thinks he's smarter than everyone else. Kidnaps Casey on her birthday thanks to Lake. Lake Riddle. That was a former character that hasn't been used in a while, which is her dad. Doesn't leave until Casey defeats him, but of course Casey does, back in the past. Teams up with Miss Chelsea for revenge. Thinks dolls are the perfect life forms. You sicko. I almost don't want to even add you after that. Oh, dolls are far from the perfect life form. They are the creepiest life form. Carries around a puppet hair that tells him how to duel. That is terrifying. Bye-bye. Henrietta, age 15. I'm almost shaking after that, reading the Baron Sullivan. Age 15, a student in Lexi's class. Likes the way Miss Chelsea runs things. Treats Yayoi, which is Yayoi Shalom, another character of Serenity's, like her servant. Wants to make the Kawaii submit to her will as well. Rhea is creeped out by her. I was going to add Rhea, but I wanted an even number of characters and I didn't want to go over 40, and I'm at 38. So, and don't worry. Well, let me tell you in a second. That's Henrietta. Blazer Hardy. So Henrietta's kind of mean. Blazer Hardy, age 19. Definitely not Valen from Duel Monsters. From Queensland, Australia. A delinquent boy who friends with Tay and Vapa, which I haven't added in a while, but they're going to be in the next tournament. Just you wait. Can be a jerk, but also deep down has a heart. Yeah, that sounds like Valen. And the main villain of the tournament, Shadi, the main villain of all of Duel Monsters. So in this lore, he has the cube, the Millennium Cube, or the Quantum Cube, whatever you want to call it, instead of Agami. He didn't think Agami was worthy, so now he's using his remaining Millennium items, including the cube, which in this lore is the strongest item other than the puzzle, to basically reshape the Earth. His goal is he wants to reshape the Earth. He basically wants all the Earth to merge as one, kind of like Pangea, you know, the Pangea story. So he's basically shifting tectonic plates, the Earth's shattering, there's lightning everywhere, there's thundering, there's storms. He's basically shifting the Earth. He wants them all to merge, and he wants Egypt to be in the center, and he will rule over all. But he does need help. That's where he needs Agami, but Agami's a little bit on the fence with him, and Odion and Ishizu only follow Agami, so we're going to see where this leads. Now, I think Shadi can be stopped, but we'll see. Good luck, Lee Goh, and everyone else. So that's 38 characters. I wanted to say assuming the last tournament will be the Miku concert tournament, the final tournament of Duel Monsters. Now, the intro will be nothing for that, because it's just going to be every sub character that's been in these tournaments, and new ones if you guys want some. But other than that, there's not going to be any intro. Just remember that for the next tournament. And yeah, it will be all the sub characters. So don't worry if you're worried about no sub character, your sub characters, some of them not being in this tournament. They're going to be in the next one. Trust me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Channel's Ames Anime Manga. And see you in a bit for the tournament. Bye-bye.